Hello, how are you today? It's Mr. Muffin from MrMuffin'sTrains, Atlanta, Indiana. We're having a good time up here in Atlanta, Indiana. My whole crew is busy working on our second annual Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show, which will be Friday, October 24th, and Saturday, October 25th. I even got a flyer on it. I'll show you here real quick. It's pretty cool. At the Tipton County Fairgrounds. Tipton County Fairgrounds is on State Route 19. State Route 19 goes from Noblesville up to Tipton. Actually, it goes all the way to Michigan, but you can get off in Tipton, and right there is the fairgrounds. And we'll be holding our show at the fairgrounds, October 24th, 12 to 5, and October 25th, 10 to 3. And at the show, unlike some other kinds of shows, there's a lot of stuff on display and there's things you could buy, we put an awful lot of effort into hosting workshops on different topics related to the hobby to try to help you enjoy the hobby. And I want to show you the agendas in a second. And we also have Mr. Muffin's Magnificent Modular Railroad. That's a club. And we got a whole bunch of people that are part of that, and they are all bringing modules to assemble together to run a railroad. And it's pretty fun. So if you don't really have room in your house for model railroading, but you'd like to have a model railroad, you can join the Magnificent Modular Railroad Club and get a module and decorate it and come to one of the shows and plug it in with everybody. And so it's really fun family hobby activity. Another special thing this time around in this show is we have friends that own the Woolly Buffalo Yarn Company. And they are just like us. They put a lot of effort into helping people learn how to be creative, how to use yarn, how to make products, and help people enjoy their hobby, just like we help people enjoy the hobby of model railroading. And we've offered and they've accepted, and they're going to come and put a pop-up shop basically in our show Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th, and offer seminars on yarn arts. And I just wanted to see this because it's pretty cool. So they're going to be offering intro yarn arts. I got to move this over a little bit. Intro to knitting techniques, intro to knitting corner to corner, intro to yarns. When I visited them at their shop in Princeton, Indiana, I didn't know there was so many kinds of yarns. Holy cow. And I'm sure they'll be bringing a bunch of them here. Your Notions travel bag. This is an interesting session. They're going to talk about what kind of things would you want to have in your travel bag so that you can enjoy your hobby when you're on the road, when you're on vacation, or going to a train show or something like that. So pretty cool idea. Top trends in the fiber industry and Ravelry tips and tricks. I have no idea what Ravelry is, but it sounds really fun. So I think we're going to have some Ravelry going on here at Mr. Muffin Show. Now for us, the train guys, our schedule looks like this. We're going to be talking about building Corber kits. You can get involved in that, do a demonstration kit, creating scenery from ceiling tiles. We do that a lot. It's a really great way to build scenery on your layout. How do you go about designing a model railroad train layout? Introduction to bridges. What if you want to add a second level or a third level or a fourth level to your layout? How do we go about doing that? Introduction to command control systems. I mean, today's world, we run our trains with iPhones and iPads and things like that. We're going to talk about that. I'll talk about Games Workshop in a minute and model rockets in a minute. We'll do an intro to the different model railroad track systems that you can take a look at the show. We're going to talk about maintaining your model trains. We've got a session on making trees. How do you make trees? How do you put a forest on your layout? We're going to talk about painting and detailing buildings, weathering buildings, things like that, using plaster cloth for scenery. And we're going to talk about how you go about wiring up your O-gauge model train layout. So these are all sessions that we host. They run about a half an hour long a piece. Many of these are hands-on, that you can get involved in doing these kinds of things. And then on Saturday, we also have an Introduction to Games Workshop. Games Workshop are little figurines, fantasy figurines that we organize, or they get organized into battles. And people collect them and detail them and paint them, and then they get together and they do a war game. And we're going to be showcasing that on Saturday. And we're also going to be doing an introduction to model rockets. So maybe you've got a child or a grandkid that's never built a model rocket and they really want to be a NASA engineer someday. So what you ought to do is bring him to the Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show, and they can build a model rocket. So we'll have those available at the show as well. So, I mean, pretty exciting time coming up. Mr. Muffin's Midwest Best Train and Hobby Show, second annual, Tipton County Fairgrounds. I think admission's $10. You're going to ask me that. And it'll feature a lot of topics around model railroading. Mr. Muffin's magnificent modular railroad will be up and running there. And my friends will be here from the Woolly Buffalo. I didn't show you their sweatshirt. I'm wearing one of their sweatshirts. They'll be here from the Woolly Buffalo making new fiber friends and talking about yarn art. So I think it's going to be a really good time, and I hope you'll join us. Thanks for watching.